Days of Our Lives spoiled April 22nd and Wednesday, April 23rd. Love, loss, laughter, and lies under the carnival lights. Get ready for 2 unforgettable days in Salem where the stakes are high, the emotions run deep, and every character seems to be walking a tightrope between love and betrayal. These 2 episodes, Tuesday, April 22nd and Wednesday, April 23rd, are packed with tension, tenderness, and a tangle of unresolved feelings that are about to explode in the most public and unexpected of places. A charity carnival meant to save Salem's beloved University Hospital. Tuesday, April 22nd, whispers, warnings, and unwelcome realizations. The sun rises over Salem with a sense of nervous anticipation. The much-hyped University Hospital Carnival fundraiser is looming, and all eyes are on Gabby Hernandez and Kat Green as they meet in private to discuss their roles in the event. Gabby, always a woman of ambition and unapologetic charm, is clearly attending the event for more than just fundraising. As she chats with Kat, who has been throwing herself into planning alongside Chad DiMera, it's clear that under the banner of philanthropy there's a silent war brewing beneath the surface. Kat, fresh-faced and fiercely organized, has poured her heart into making the carnival a success. But her growing bond with Chad and his children is making waves. Gabby, with her own history tied to the DiMera clan, watches with calculated interest. Is she just another guest at the fundraiser, or does she have deeper motives? Is she here to support, or is she here to stir the pot? Meanwhile, Chad himself is wrestling with his emotions. He's trying to be the steady hand behind the fundraiser, but the sight of Kat with his children, Thomas and Charlotte, stirs something complex within him. Kat seems so natural, so loving, almost too perfect, and that's when it hits him. There's something oddly familiar about the way Kat interacts with the kids. Could it be a reminder of someone he once lost? Someone who left a deep scar on his heart? As he watches Kat play with Thomas and Charlotte, the resemblance to Abby becomes eerily apparent. It's not just about appearance, it's about the way she moves, speaks, comforts the children. Is Chad just seeing what he wants to see, or is there more to Kat Green than meets the eye? Is it possible that the past isn't as buried as he thought? Elsewhere, Johnny DiMera is feeling the weight of uncertainty. His father, EJ, has finally awoken from his coma, a medically induced state following the mysterious shooting. But as the world breathes a sigh of relief, Johnny is still paralyzed by questions. What will EJ remember? Will he recall the person who tried to end his life? And if he does, what will he do with that information? As Johnny wanders the corridors of Salem University Hospital, the silence is deafening. The calm before a storm. And in a storyline that brings both a nostalgic charm and a youthful spark, Tate Black is getting closer to Sophia Choi. Their bond is growing stronger by the day, and it becomes clear that Tate is preparing to take a leap of courage and ask Sophia to prom. But while new love blossoms, old heartbreak brews in the background. Holly Jonas, once close to Tate, may be feeling the sting of regret. After all, she was the one who ended things, but that doesn't mean she's ready to see him move on. Wednesday, April 23rd, chaos at the carnival, auctions, accusations, and a shirtless Xander. The big day has arrived. The carnival fundraiser to save Salem's University Hospital is in full swing. The air is thick with cotton candy, the sounds of children's laughter fill the grounds, and the scent of funnel cakes wafts in the wind. But amid the joy, drama unfolds at a pace faster than the carousel. The highlight of the event is a jaw-dropping auction featuring some of Salem's hottest bachelors and bachelorettes. It's cheeky, it's flirty, and it's all for a good cause. Caleb Brady, taking on the role of event treasurer, collects the bids with a firm hand and a calculating eye. The stakes are high, and so are the prices. But things take a turn when Gabby makes a bold and unexpected move. She places a staggering $10,000 bid on one of the featured men. The crowd gasps, but none are more shocked than Stephanie, who seems to take the bid personally. Could Gabby's outrageous bid be an act of revenge? Word has it that she and Jack Jr. J.J. Devereaux recently went through a painful breakup, one made messier by J.J.'s alleged connection to a murder case. Gabby, always one for dramatic flair, might be using this auction to prove a point or to push J.J.'s buttons. Stephanie, not to be outdone, jumps into a bidding war, and the prize? None other than the devilishly charming Alex. Will Stephanie break the bank to keep Alex away from Gabby? Or is her sudden interest in Alex more than just a show of defiance? Meanwhile, in a scene that no one saw coming, and perhaps no one will ever forget, Xander finds himself shirtless in the middle of the carnival. No one is exactly sure why. Did he lose a bet? Is he part of the auction lineup? Or did his emotions simply get the best of him in a heated moment? Tension has been building between Xander and Philip, and their argument reaches a boiling point at the fundraiser. Their voices rise, and harsh words are exchanged. Xander, still licking his emotional wounds, is clearly hurt. But Philip, for all his flaws, made a passionate declaration last week about how much Xander means to him. Will Xander let his anger consume him, or will Philip's words finally get through? There's something almost symbolic about Xander standing bare-chested in a crowd. Vulnerable, exposed, raw. The women of Salem may be enjoying the view, but beneath the surface, this is a man at a crossroads torn between fury and forgiveness. Back in the shadows, questions continue to swirl around EJ's shooting. He may be awake, but the truth remains just out of reach. Does he remember the moment the bullet tore through him? Is he ready to speak the name of the person who pulled the trigger? Or is silence his weapon of choice, a shield while he plans his next move? One thing is certain, Salem is on the brink of a revelation. Whether it's Gabi's true intentions, Chad's realization about Kat, Stephanie's conflicted heart, or EJ's hidden memory, nothing will stay secret forever. Final thoughts, these 2 episodes are bursting with emotion, energy, and endless intrigue. The carnival may be the backdrop, but the real fireworks are happening between the characters, in their hearts, their choices, and the lies they tell to protect themselves or the ones they love. With old wounds reopened, new bonds forming, and secrets begging to be revealed, Salem is about to change, and no one will leave this carnival the same. Stay tuned, because when it comes to Days of Our Lives, the drama never ends. And this week, it's just getting started. Next, Days of Our Lives, Monday, April 21st. Kate faces the collapsing world of her sons Rex and Philip as old wounds resurface and Vivian's treachery explodes. The new week in Salem begins not with peace, but with pressure mounting at every turn for Kate Roberts. In Monday's emotionally fraught episode, Kate finds herself caught between the chaos surrounding both of her sons, Rex and Philip, as well as the lingering shadow of EJ DiMera's near-fatal shooting. With a cloud of suspicion hovering and past secrets refusing to stay buried, Kate becomes the emotional anchor in a storm she can no longer control. The episode opens with Kate seated at the bar she now frequents more for solace than business. Her eyes scan the latest newspaper headlines about EJ DiMera's miraculous recovery from a coma. The man survived a bullet wound, but for Kate, the story hits much closer to home. Why? Because she fears that she might have been the one who pulled the trigger. She doesn't know the truth, not yet, but that uncertainty gnaws at her soul. Before she can lose herself in the haze of guilt and suspicion, Rex Brady enters the scene. His arrival is anything but casual. He strides in with concern etched across his face. Despite their usual banter, there's an unusual tension between mother and son. When Kate casually brings up EJ, it's less curiosity and more confession. Her voice wavers slightly, enough to catch Rex off guard. Rex, ever the doctor and the son trying to protect what family he has left, instantly apologizes. "I'm sorry, Mom," he says. "I didn't come to dig things up. I'm worried. About you. About what's going on. About all of it." But as soon as he tries to back away from the conversation, his true thoughts bubble to the surface. What if Roman, his own father, has a motive in EJ's shooting too? He says it softly, almost hoping she won't react. But Kate catches it immediately. Her eyes flash, a bitter laugh escaping her lips. "Don't worry," she says, raising her glass slightly. "I suspect both my mom and dad equally." Her tone is dry, but the message is heavy. In Salem, loyalty is conditional and trust is fragile. Their conversation is interrupted by none other than Roman himself. Dressed sharply, wine glass in hand, Roman slides up beside them with the ease of a man used to entering tense rooms. "What are we talking about?" he asks casually, though his eyes quickly dart between his ex-wife and his son. He knows something is going on. Kate, ever the master of emotional deflection, cuts Rex off before he can spill anything dangerous. She insists that Rex needs to go, that he'll miss his flight. Her tone is firmer now, almost maternal. She's protecting him not from Roman necessarily, but from the consequences of saying too much. Rex hesitates, then sighs. He says goodbye, casting one last look at his mother and father. There's so much unsaid in that glance, confusion, worry, and a plea for them both to be careful. Then, like a ghost vanishing into the mist, he's gone. But just as Kate begins to gather herself again, another storm walks in. Philip Kyriakis, her other son, the son with a far darker past and a much more fragile hold on stability, stumbles into the bar with a grim look on his face. His expression is one of utter defeat. Kate braces herself. She knows this look. She's seen it too many times before. What is it, she asks, the words barely leaving her lips before Philip drops the bomb. Vivian told Xander everything, he says. Just those few words are enough to set the world spinning. Vivian Alamein, scheming, manipulative, venomous, has once again inserted herself into their lives with devastating precision. And this time, the consequences are immediate. Everything? Kate asks, eyes narrowing. Philip nods. Yes. All of it. And now Xander's kicked me out of the house. There's no fixing this. It's a good punch. Not just because of what Philip has lost, a home, a sense of control, an alliance, but because it confirms what Kate has always feared, that her son's entanglement with Vivian would lead to disaster. In the final scenes of the episode, Kate and Philip sit together at the bar, a tragic pair of survivors in a war neither of them meant to start. The quiet around them speaks volumes. The weight of betrayal hangs thick in the air. I never should have trusted her, Philip says bitterly. I knew better. And I dragged you into it. Again. Kate doesn't flinch. Her hand finds his across the table, firm and steady. You didn't drag me, she says. I walked in with my eyes open. And no matter what, I still believe you deserve a piece of Victor's empire. You're his son. But Philip knows it's not that simple. Belle says I may have to fight to stay out of jail. This isn't just a family matter anymore. Kate's jaw tightens. Then we fight. We've always fought, Philip. We survive. The screen fades on Kate holding her son's hand, a woman who's lost so much but still refuses to let go of the people she loves no matter how damaged they are.